Hello. It has been a hot minute since I have been on here. A couple of weeks ago, I got sick with a terrible cough and couldn't hardly speak without coughing. And I'm finally getting a little bit better, or a lot a bit better, but I still do cough. So you'll excuse me if I have to cough, but I'm feeling much better and I'm so excited to share with you the things that I have been learning on my inner work journey. So, a couple of months ago, I was doing some inner work and I was kind of really struggling with attracting those things to me that I was wanting. I just felt like I could have a little bit of what I wanted, but I couldn't have everything that I wanted. And I was just hitting this roadblock, and something just kind of came to me and was like, Adele, you get to have the whole package. And that phrase, the whole package, is like lighting up my mind constantly nowadays. So if there's ever something that I'm working towards or that I'm wanting, I remind myself, Adele, you get to have the whole package. And this goes with job, relationship, house, whatever it is. And this goes for everybody. Everybody is allowed to have the whole package. So I want to share with you something that I have learned as I have been going through this and learning more about this whole package thing. You guys, it is so exciting. So, as I mentioned in my last video, I am going through a divorce right now. And so, for the first time in my life, since I first moved out of my parents' house for a couple months in college, I get to be a single woman, and I have the opportunity to provide for myself and to provide for my children. While this is absolutely terrifying, it is also really exhilarating and it's really exciting. So, as you know, one of the things that come with providing is finding a home to live in. And so that is what I have been working on for the last probably 2 or 3 months, is finding a place for me and my children to live for the next however long. So I've been looking around mostly like at rentals. Like I just thought, as a single woman, it would just be really nice to have a rental, something that if something breaks down, my landlord will come and fix. And then if there's ever an opportunity or a reason to leave or to move, I'm not tied down to a house, right? So I was kind of looking around for rentals, and I had certain specifications of what we needed in a rental. So, excuse me. So I was looking around different places. Well, a friend of mine, when she found out that I was looking for a place to live, she was like, oh, I have a house that we rented last year before we bought our house. She's like, it's a really nice house. It's right next to one of the schools. And I'll give you the contact information for the lady that owns it. And I was like, perfect, because I really wanted to live by the schools. I really love the idea of the kids being able to walk to school, just being really easily accessible to them. And I don't know, typically the neighborhoods around schools are just a little bit nicer, a little bit better taken care of. So I was really intrigued and I was really excited about this. So she sends me the lady's information and she gives me the address, and so I drive by. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think this is my house. I think this is where we're going to be living. This is going to be perfect. It's going to be amazing. So I get in contact with the owner and we set up a walkthrough. So my girls and I go and we walk through the house, and it's a decent house. Like, it's nice. It has everything that we need. It'll have the space that we need, has a nice little backyard, and the girls can walk to school. My elementary age girls can walk to school, and my middle schooler is close enough that she can also walk to school. So I'm like, oh yeah, this will be nice. And originally, when we had talked to the landlord, I had let her know, I was like, we want to be able to have animals. So, in all of the time that my children have been growing up, we have always had animals. We've always lived in a place that allowed animals, typically kind of more out in the country. We just have always had some type of animal. So this is the first place that we have lived that has not allowed any animals. And this year has been really difficult for the children because they love their animals. They really, really want to have their little furry friends with them. And as we were going through this divorce, I just thought it would be really good for them to have their little furry friends as the port to help kind of transition and just support them through this really difficult time. And so originally when I had told her, I was like, well, yeah, we're going to need, a cat and a dog. And she was like, okay, yeah, we can talk about that. I was like, okay, perfect. So when we talked, I kind of had told her our plans and what we were looking at, what we were thinking. And she was like, well, I really don't want pets in the house. And I was like, oh, okay. And I understand, like 100% understand if I was leasing out or renting out a home, like I would also probably not want pets to be allowed. So I understand. I was just really sad because originally we had kind of talked that maybe pets would be allowed. And so we left that showing, and I just really struggled because there was that part of me that was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect, and there's not ever going to be another house, because very rarely do these houses come open around this certain school. It's a really good school. It's a really good neighborhood. You typically don't find houses in that neighborhood, at least not in my price range. I wasn't going to be able to find one. And so I was so torn. I was just absolutely terrified. I was just like, okay, we really need this house. This is exactly where I want to be. It's surrounded by the type of houses that I want to be surrounded by. And we're right by the school. The only thing is we can't have pets. I was like, well, maybe I just tell the kids, like, sorry, like, we just don't get pets this year. I mean, I don't know. Like, I just really struggled with this, and it did not feel good for me to go back on my word with the girls. Like, it just ate me up. So I sat on this for about, like, telling the lady yes or no whether or not we were going to lease the house for probably a day. I think I sat on it and just wrestled with myself. I was like, well, you're never going to find a place like this. This is not going to, these just don't come up that often. And so I was really worried. But again, it just didn't feel good to tell my girls no. And I remembered, I was like, Adelle, you get to have the whole package. You get to have the whole package. And so I went ahead and I told her, I sent her a text right when I had that thought. And I was like, thank you so much for the opportunity to look at the house, but this just isn't going to work for us. And, best of luck, finding somebody to fill it, which easily she will. It's, again, very highly sought after. And I sent her that text, and I felt relieved. I felt so much relief because I was like, okay, now I've let go of that, which means something else is going to be opened up to me. So one really, really cool thing about when you do this inner work is that when you're holding on to one thing, you are blocking the opportunity for other things to come. But once you let go of that, all of a sudden, you're allowing new opportunities to flood in. And I experienced this. It's in the most incredible way. Oh my gosh. It gives me goosebumps to even think about. I have to pinch myself even to think that I'm living in this reality because it's amazing. So I went ahead and I let go of that house, and I just told myself, and I told the universe, and I told my Heavenly Father, I am allowed to have the whole package. I am allowing it. I'm open to it. I'm open to the idea of having the whole package. So the next day, I decided, like I said before, just to rent. But the day after I had said no to this house, I just thought, for fun, I guess, to get on the Realtor app to see if there were any houses available. So I get on there. And the first house that pops out, oh my gosh, it is the cutest little house. It's not even little, but it is the cutest house. It's white. It has wooden pillars. It has the cutest little front porch. And so I click on it and I take the virtual tour or whatever. And the house, I am drooling. It is absolutely perfect. I mean, it was perfect. And then it goes into the backyard, and it's got grass and fence and trees. It is the cutest backyard. And it had a fire pit. What? My girls, the day or a couple days before, we were talking, and they're like, we really want a fire pit in our backyard. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And this house had a fire pit. I was like, oh my goodness. It was perfect. It's 3 stories. It had a basement, main level, and an upstairs. And so I messaged my realtor and I was like, hey, I really want to go look at this house. So she was like, perfect. So we set up a meeting that afternoon or the next afternoon. I can't remember. But shortly thereafter, I went, and as soon as I pulled up to this house, so back up really quick. So I put in the address for this house before I even contacted my realtor. This is like the craziest part. I can't believe I forgot it. But I put in the address, and so I driving to the house, and I'm like, well, this is weird. This is like taking me to the rental house, right? So I'm like driving down the road, and it's like taking me to the rental house. And so I go, and then it's like, you have arrived. And I'm like, no, so I'm looking out the left hand, because that's the side that the rental house is on. It's on the left hand side. So I'm like looking out, and I'm like, no, it's not, because this is the rental. And so like I'm double checking the address, and it had told me to look on the right. But I had been looking on the left because, I don't know, I was just like, oh my gosh, it's the rental. So I turn on this side, and I look out my window on the right, and there's the house. You guys, it is literally across the street from the rental house that I was like, it's the most perfect place. Like, I won't ever find a better place than this. I won't find a better location. Yes, you will, across the street. And it's 100 times better, because when I pulled up to the house and when I got out, one, it's facing east. So I live in a place that's very cold in the winter. So there's going to be snow and ice. And east facing houses get that sun. It's going to melt all that snow and that ice. And so I won't always be having to worry about my front walk as much as if it was like west facing, right? Which my rental house was west facing. Also, as I go in and I look around, it's so much more open. There's so much more space. And then I go into the backyard, and I notice that the backyard, the way that the house is set up, the backyard connects with all of the neighbors' backyard. So our backyard is not accessible to like the outside world. Nobody walking down the road would be able to have access to our backyard. Whereas with our rental, the backyard was it was next to like a really busy road. I was just like, every time that every room that I went into, everything that I saw, I was like, this is so much better. This is so much better. Like, this is my house. Oh my gosh. And it was in a price range that I could afford. I was absolutely mind blown. The girls and I had absolutely manifested this house because it checked every single check mark that we had wanted. The girls wanted bedrooms upstairs. They've always wanted to live in a house with stairs. I hate stairs. I don't want to climb the stairs every time I have to go into my bedroom. The main level has the master bedroom. The master bedroom is on the main level, so I don't have to climb the stairs. My girls get to go upstairs to their bedroom and be so proud of themselves. And then there's space in the basement for when my boys come and stay with me, that they can have space in the basement. Like, there's so much space for all of us. It had a garage, which I was very adamant that I had to have a garage. Again, being single, I just felt more secure having that garage. Everything that I wanted was available to me. I was available to the whole package. But that whole package did not come until I let go of that thing, that imitation package, basically, is kind of what I like to call it. That rental house was an imitation package. It checked most of the boxes, but it didn't check all of the boxes. And we would have been happy there. It would have been fine, but it would not have fulfilled that whole package mentality. And it wasn't until I let go of that and said, you know what? That just doesn't align with me. That just doesn't work for everything that I need. It wasn't until I let go of that I was even able to see this other house, that this other house was even available. And you guys, that is how inner work is. That's how this works. As we work on ourselves and as we heal and as we realize that we are available for the whole package, then we start to see those things that maybe aren't fulfilling the whole package mentality, right? Whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a house, a vehicle, anything, we don't even realize that we're not partaking in the whole package if we're not doing our inner work. When we do our inner work and when we grow ourselves, then we start to recognize things that maybe don't quite align with us or that don't fit it. And then we also have that confidence in ourselves to realize, I am allowed to have the whole package. This isn't the whole package, so I'm going to say no to it. When you let go of those things that don't fill you up, you're opening up space for those things that are going to light you on fire. Doing inner work is one of the most powerful things that you can do. And the first part of inner work is deciding that you are available for the whole package. Decide that you're available for the whole package. And then one thing that I love to do, oh my gosh, this is my favorite inner work activity. I love journaling. And I love journaling as if what I want is already there. So months ago, let's see, it was probably the end of February. So it was like the beginning of February when it was decided that our marriage was not going to be valid anymore, that we were not going to stay married. So it was like the end of February that I really started thinking about housing. Like, what would I do? Where are we going to live? I knew I didn't want to stay in this rental that we're in right now. And so I started journaling. And I started journaling about the house that I was living in as if I was already living there. And crazy enough, like, you wouldn't think, it's been only a couple months, but I'd actually forgotten forgotten some of the things that I had written when I was like describing my house. I was like, oh, it's been such a good day. We just came home from shopping and we walked into the house and it's so pretty. And then I would just like describe the house, like as if I was already living there. You guys, I was describing this house. I had manifested this house by doing my inner work. And then I reminded myself that I was available for the whole package as I was actively going after this one house. It was good. It was okay, but it wasn't the whole package. And I reminded myself that I was available for the whole package. And the minute, I swear, it was like the minute, like the next day, the universe, Heavenly Father, whatever, whoever you want to call it, they opened that opportunity up for me. My mind was open. I was able to see that I was available for the whole package, and it was right there in front of me. The same thing goes for a job. You can take a job that, yeah, it's decent, it's fine, it's okay, but it's not the whole package. Then say no to it. You are not going to be able to accept or even see this other incredible opportunity in front of you when you're holding on to this imitation package. The same thing with relationship. That is definitely something that I am recognizing as I do this inner work, as I grow and as I progress. The things that weren't aligning with me are falling off. They're dropping off. I honestly believe that that is why my relationship now is completely no more. Because as I have grown, it wasn't the whole package. It wasn't the whole thing. I was settling for something that wasn't aligning with me in all the areas that I desperately wanted. I desperately wanted certain things in my relationship. And as I started recognizing and telling myself, I get the whole package, the imitation package, it has to fall off. It has to drop off. Either it grows and becomes the whole package, or it drops off. Because when you start allowing yourself to recognize and to realize and to believe that you are available for the whole package, the thing that is not the whole package, it just doesn't serve you anymore. It starts to give you like that ick feeling. It starts to give you that like, it just doesn't work for me anymore. You feel very uncomfortable in the situation that you're in because it just doesn't align with you anymore. And either it grows or it drops off. And you have to let it. It's heartbreaking. It is absolutely heartbreaking to let certain things go. Like the relationship for me has been really hard and really sad to let go. But at the same time, I know that it has to, like, I have to let it go because I can't see the future and I'm not available for the future in front of me if I'm so stuck on holding on to this one thing that isn't the whole package, that isn't filling me up the way that it needs to be. And I am growing and I am opening myself up to be available for that bigger, better, whatever it is, the thing that Heavenly Father is wanting to give me, those blessings that He's wanting to give me. So inner work, you guys, oh my goodness, is incredible. It's incredible. It's such a gift. It's such a gift and an opportunity that we have to open this portal between us and our heavenly parents and be like, all right, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm available. What do you want to give me? What is it that you're wanting to teach me? Where is it that you want me to go? Open yourself up. Let go of those old identities. Let go of those things that are not the whole package. And you will be absolutely blown away by the things that come to you. And I do have to warn you a little bit. It will get rough before it gets better. So just like this, like I'd been looking around, I've been finding houses, I've been finding places, and they were okay, they're okay. I just knew it wasn't right. But this one, it was that first one that I was like, oh my gosh. Like it was gut-wrenching to say no because it was where I wanted to be and I was so afraid that I wouldn't get another opportunity. You will be tested. 100% count on it. Count on being tested with that thing that it's that invitation. It's almost what you want, but not quite. And it's almost like the universe is like, are you sure? Are you sure you really want it? Are you sure you know you're worthy of it? It's almost like it's testing you. And once you jump that hurdle, you can just take that breath and be like, yes, I am sure. I am here for this. I am ready for this. I'm available for this. This is what I want. And when you let go of that thing that's not filling you up, you will be amazed. You will be amazed. You will be amazed at your own courage to be able to do that. You'll be amazed at your own faith in yourself and heavenly parents that they will provide for you. And you will be amazed at the things that open up and the opportunities that you are now available for. So that is the thing that I have learned over the last 2 weeks in real time. I've been doing the inner work for months. I've been working on it. I've been teaching myself. And now I have the opportunity to experience that in real time, in real life. And I am so excited, you guys. Oh my goodness. Our house closes June 13th. My girls and I, we are so excited to be able to move into our home, our dream home. This is literally our dream home. I don't ever want to leave it. I plan on living here for many, many years and watching my girls being able to walk to school and come home and just be so close and so available. I'm so excited to be part of this beautiful neighborhood with other young families and just excited to live our life here. And the only reason that I have that opportunity is because I had been doing my inner work. I had decided that I was available for the whole package, and the whole package showed up. You guys, you are available for the whole package. It is available to you, not just to some people, not just to certain people, but to everybody. The only thing holding you back from the whole package is you. You are the only thing. So decide now that you're available for it. Decide now and start journaling. If there is something that is on your heart and your mind that you really want, but you aren't seeing it yet, start journaling. Start journaling and start reminding yourself, I'm available for the whole package. I'm a whole package. I'm available for the whole package. And as you do the inner work, that is what makes you available to the whole package and what makes the whole package available to you. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Oh my goodness, it has been on my mind and on my heart. I have to pinch myself constantly just thinking about the blessings that I have been given and the opportunities. I am so excited. Inner work is real, you guys. Work on yourselves. You are worth it. I will talk to you later. Bye.